UFC 316 Dvalishvili versus O'Malley 2. Let's start with the first fight of the night. We got Markel Medeiros and Mark Choineski. You got here a striker versus a grappler. So Medeiros has been looking okay in the UFC. Honestly, I thought he lost to both London Quinones and Austin Hubbard. But the problem here in this one, he's not going against a striker. He goes against a grappler that likes to take fights to the ground and submit. The question here is, will Markel Medeiros be able to stuff the takedowns from Mark Choineski? That's the question here. So, honestly, Medeiros, when he fought against Issa Isakov, who's a high-level grappler, he managed to stuff the takedowns and to get the win. So, will Choineski be able to take him down? I don't know. The thing is, you got a guy here who's coming short notice to fight in the UFC on a pay-per-view. So it's hard for me to put my money here on Choineski. If he manages to maybe get an early submission, I'll take him. Like I wouldn't say I'll take him. I said this is his highest likelihood of getting a win. But if this fight goes to the second and the third round, I think he can get knocked out, or worse, he can or he just loses a decision. So I'll pick Medeiros here to get the win. I think that he'll be able to stop the takedowns from Choineski, but if he takes it to the ground and he manages to control Medeiros, it's probably a problem. So give me Medeiros to get the win. Let's see how much we're getting for him. So he's a minus 162. Let's use the decimal odds, which I prefer. So he's a 162. Choineski is 242. So yeah, people, it's not like you got good value on Medeiros, but maybe a live bet after the first round. If Choineski doesn't get the takedowns, you'll probably have a clear understanding of who's going to win. Next fight, we got Quillan Selkid and Yanal Ashmouz. So, Selkid is the better striker. He should be also the better grappler, but I don't think he's the better wrestler. I think Ashmouz can keep the fight on the feet. The problem is for Ashmouz is that Selkid is very good on the feet as well. Like, he has a massive reach advantage. He's gonna be the taller fighter, and he's good, man. Selkid is pretty good. I will say Ashmouz can knock him out. Ashmouz can knock anyone out with the power he possesses. We saw what he did when he fought Sam Pedersen, who's on a roll right now on 170. His new weight class. Like, Ashmouz sent him to 170. So I'll say this. I think that Selkid is going to win. If he wins, it's gonna be by decision, because I don't see him knocking out Ashmouz or submitting him. But Ashmouz has that power. He possesses that power to just, to put you out. So I wouldn't disregard him at all. So give me Selkid to win, but don't put him in all of your parlays, because Ashmouz might ruin your night if he gets the knockout. So if you want to play like a safe, nothing is safe, but if you want to hedge this fight in some way, I'd pick Ashmouz to win by knockout, because I see that as his only path to victory. So Ashmouz by knockout would be like, look at it, this odds. And Selkirk by decision is 2.10. So if he gets the decision, like, okay, if Ashmus get the knockout, you've made big money. And if he gets a decision, you go break. Like, if you just put 1 unit on each outcome, or you wanna just hedge the decision of Selkirk, you can even put like 0.1 units on Ashmus, and something that's just gonna fit the 1 unit that you put on Selkirk. Anyway, this is how I see this fight. It's Ashmus by KO or Selkirk by decision. Ashmus is very tough. He's not gonna get knocked out here. Next fight we got Jeka Sergey and Joe Sang-yu. So you got another Korean fighter coming in, making his debut. I'll tell you what, Sergey, we saw his weakness. When you take him down, it's a problem for him. He's not a grappler. He's a good striker. He has heavy hands, but he's a fish out of water when you take him down. And like, we saw that already when Jubilee finished him, and then he got the win against Lucas Alexander, who's cut from the UFC by now. Then he got submitted by Weston Wilson, who was a massive underdog, and I had a bet on Wilson in that fight. But I think that Yo Sang-yu is going to do the same thing. I see him getting the fight, taking down Jeka, taking the fight to the mat, and submitting or finishing Jeka there. So giving you inside the distance or just the under, because something about Jeka, he has power. Like, he can put anyone out if he connects. So don't sleep on Jeka. Like, if he connects, bro, you can see how many knockouts he have in the first round. But he also gets finished kind of fast. I think that Joe Sang-yu is gonna start grappling with him right away. Although he had 1 submission, he's a good striker. And the guys coming in, like the new guys coming from Korea right now, they're high level and they have really good wrestling in Korea as well. So I think we might see a early stoppage here from Sang-yu just getting the fight to the mat and doing what he should do. Next one we got Ariane Lipski da Silva and Kong Wang. So Ariane Lipski da Silva, she came weighing in way more than she should have. She had a benign tumor, and she was probably stressed about that. That's the reason they gave us for her not getting the not coming on weight. And Kong Wang, like, she's good, man. She's really good. I don't see, even if this fight stays on the feet, and I know Lipski is a good striker, but I think that Kong Wang is levels above her when it comes to the striking. So give me Kong Wang to get the win. She might get a finish here as well. She might get a knockout, but Lipski coming at 132 might play an advantage here, because it's not like she came because she had a medical problem. Maybe because she was stressed or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, I'm picking Kong Wang to get the win. Next fight, we got Chaos Williams and Andreas Gustafsson. I like Williams here, to be honest. I think he's the way better striker. The thing about Gustafsson, he's gonna push him against the cage. He's gonna try to wrestle, and we saw that Williams can get taken down. He got taken down in his last fight against Gabriel Bonfim, and he got submitted. Now Bonfim is a high-level jiu-jitsu player. Like, Gustafsson is not that. He's not that good with his jiu-jitsu, but he has really good pressure. I actually like this fight I like the over 1.5 here. I don't see Gustafsson getting knocked out. He might get a knockout him here. Not a knockout. He might get a decision win if you just keep pushing. If he keeps pushing Khaos Williams against the cage and just do his thing. So yeah, give me Williams to get the job done. I'll say he gets the finish here. If he wins, it's gonna be probably by finish. So give me Williams. But if I'll make any bet here, it would be probably the over 1.5 rounds. Next fight, we got Sergey Spivak and Waldo Cortez Acosta. I like Acosta here, man. So he has really good takedown defense, and he has heavy hands. What we saw from Spivak is that he quits. Like, he got knocked out by Gelton Almeida. Come on. Almeida doesn't knock out anyone. He submits people, he takes them down and controls them, but he doesn't knock out anyone. I see Waldo Acosta getting this win. I think he does it quite easily. I'm surprised he's the underdog here. Whenever he fought like a grappler, he was winning. Like, even he had, before he even came to the UFC, he fought again a low level maybe fighter for some of you, but a high level wrestler, Thomas Peterson, and he knocked him out. So this is something that you have to take into consideration. If this fight stays on the feet, Acosta should be the better striker. But Spivak is very, very slick, I'll say, on the mat. So I just hope it doesn't get there, because then it might be a problem for Acosta. And Spivak is also aggressive on the feet, but I'll pick Acosta here to get the job done. I think he should be able to keep the fight standing, and if he keeps the fight standing, it should be a long night for Spivak. Next one, this is an under right here. You got two knockout artists, two finishers. You got Azamat Murzakanov and Branson Ribeiro. Now, Murzakanov, man, we saw what he's about. He's a knockout artist. He's very good, very slick. Like, look at his wins here against high-level competition. Dustin Jacoby, Alonzo Menefeld. And Branson Ribeiro got that Kimura against Nurgazai, who made a stupid mistake. Got a split decision with Kyle Machado. Magomed Gadzhiesulov, he lost to him. Ming Yang Zheng got knocked out. I think Murzakanov gets the knockout here. Yeah, I like Murzakanov here. I think he can get the knockout. I think he can be a problem for Ribeiro. But the thing about Ribeiro, man, he's dangerous as fuck. Like, he got power. He got... I don't see him submitting Murzakanov, because he has way better IQ than Nurgazai, but I can see him getting a win here. I can see him getting a knockout if he connects, obviously. But I'll still pick Murzakanov to get the knockout here. How much are we getting for Murzakanov by knockout? I want to see that. How much we're getting for Murzakanov to win by knockout? Come on. What? Nah, I'm not gonna bet that shit. Look at that. That's a disgrace. No, there's no value here whatsoever. But Murzakanov should get the job done. Maybe take the over 1.5. Maybe Murzakanov plays with him a bit. Just takes the first round to get the range. Yeah. Next fight, we got Joshua Van and Bruno Silva. I like Joshua Van here. I think he should make this look easy. Man, Van is just looking better and better. every time we see him in the cage, you see him just, you see a better version of him. And one thing to note about this fight is, although Van is the much better striker, Silva has power. Like, he's gonna throw bombs when he gets desperate, and if he connects, he always has a chance to knock out someone. Like we saw Van getting knocked out already by Charles Johnson. So just don't be surprised if Silva connects somehow, but I don't think it's gonna happen. It's very unlikely. Why it's very unlikely? Because come on, it's Bruno Silva. He's not as fast as Charles Johnson. He doesn't have the cardio of Charles Johnson. He doesn't have the reach of Charles Johnson. So give me Joshua Van. Will he get the finish? This is a good question. I think he can get. I think he's gonna win by decision. He doesn't finish people for some reason. You know, Cody Durden, he couldn't finish him. Chairez, he couldn't finish him. Surya, he couldn't finish him. So, yeah, he got the knockout ground pound against Felipe Bunes, but Bruno Silva is much, much tougher than Felipe Bunes. So, yeah, give me Van to get the job done. I'll say he wins by decision. Next fight, we got Vicente Luque and Kevin Holland. Oh, man. Vicente Luque looked like a man on a mission. He looked like his old self in his last fight. I had him to win by submissions against Temba. He was the underdog. Holland, man, in 170, he looks like a problem. Okay, 170, he's a problem, and I'm happy he decided to go back down to that weight class because he was just looking terrible at 185. Now, the question here would be, can Vicente catch him in a Darce choke? Because on the feet, come on, it's not going to be close. Can Vicente take him down? I don't think so. I think that Kevin Holland can keep this fight standing. And after I saw the way Vicente got knocked out by Buckley, I think Holland can do the same thing. I think Holland can... Holland got a win against Buckley. So, yeah, give me Holland to get the job done. I think that he can get the finish here. I think he can knock out Vicente Luque. And next fight, we got Bautista and Patchy Mix. So, I'll tell you what. This is a fight that I'm actually very excited. I was talking about Patchy Mix, how good he is when he fought in the PFL and Bellator, and finally we see the guy coming to the UFC. Yeah, it's about time. The thing about Bautista, though, he has good cardio, he has good takedown defense, and he's a decent striker. Like, you saw what he did to Ricky Simon. You saw how he looked against Damon Blackshear, who both of them are good wrestlers and grapplers, but none of them are submission artists like Patchy Mix. Like, if he tries to wrestle with Patchy Mix, the way Patchy Mix just find the guillotine is incredible. His back control, the way he gets to your back, it's second to none. Now, Bautista, will he try to wrestle with Patchy? I don't think so. He wouldn't be able to push him against the cage like he did to Aldo, because Patchy will jump on that neck. He will get the guillotine. So the way I like this fight is Patchy by submission or decision, and Bautista by decision, maybe as a parlay. But obviously, if we do Patchy by decision or sub, it's going to have no value. So I'll say Patchy by sub or Bautista by decision. Because Bautista, he's a smart fighter. Like, he plays his cards well. He knew he has nothing to do against Aldo on the feet, so he pushed him against the cage. He gets the job done, whatever it takes, right? So I think his path to victory here would be just to outpoint Patchy. He's not gonna knock out Patchy. He's not gonna submit Patchy. His only path to victory here would be a decision win. So give me Bautista by decision or Patchy by submission. Again, I know Patchy is coming with a lot of hype. I know there's rumors of him submitting Merab or some shit. But at the end, bro, you just don't know how he's gonna look in his debut. Although I think he has enough experience to not be, I don't know, to not get the jitters or anything, man. He's a champion, a reigning champion in Bellator. Although his last fight against Magomed, some said he lost, some said he didn't. I didn't think he lost. So yeah, give me Patchy by sub or Bautista by decision. That's what I'm gonna pick here. Next one, we got Kelvin Gastelum and Joe Pyfer. I think these two are coming in here with bad blood. Joe Pyfer spoke shit about Mexico. I'm sure Kelvin didn't like that. They should have fought in Mexico, and that fight got canceled because Joe Pyfer withdrew from that fight. We know what Joe Pyfer is about. He brings the heat. He's a finisher. But Kelvin, he packs that chin, man. He packs that chin. It's hard to submit. And it's gonna be an interesting fight. What is going to happen here? Will Gastelum get knocked out? Will he get submitted? Will Gastelum win here? I don't know. If Gastelum wins, probably gonna be by decision. He might get, but I think that Joe Pyfer will try to submit him. I think people are overlooking Pyfer submission skills. Like, he's training with the same guy that already submitted Kelvin Gastelum, which is Sean Brady, right? And he's the far better striker. He's a better striker than and Brady. I think he's also stronger physically than Brady. I think he can get the finish here. I think it can be a late submission if he tries to go there. How much are we getting for Pyfer by submission? 4. You get 4 times your money if you pick Pyfer by submission. I see that happening. Like, I think it's gonna be the game plan here, because we saw that Gastelum, when he gets taken down, he's not that good against like very high level grapplers, and Pyfer is one of them. And if you look at Pyfer, even his record, like, he got grappling, like he went grappling with Eric Anders, with Gerald Mearshart, with Nicholas Willie, and he gets wins. So yeah, he doesn't submit those guys, but those are really high level grapplers. But he still wins. So I think he's gonna try to take down Gastelum, maybe a ground and pound, maybe a submission. But Gastelum is so fucking tough. I don't see him getting knocked out. Although it's Pyfer. Or maybe Pyfer wants to knock him out, maybe Pyfer wants to prove a point here that his power is second to none. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he chooses to do. I will pick Pyfer though. I'll say he gets a late finish, maybe a second round knockout or submission, maybe a third round submission. But Pyfer should get the job done. Next fight, we got Juliana Pena and Kayla Harrison. I don't know what's the fuss about Kayla Harrison. Everybody are like overly excited about Kayla Harrison. She didn't look that good in her last fight. I told you guys that the over 2.5 rounds in the last fight is gonna happen, and it did. The thing is that Juliana Pena shouldn't have been the champion. She lost in her last fight. She lost, and there's nothing to argue about that. Like, that was the obvious opinion on X, and people were surprised she got that win against Who she fought there? I forgot her name. Against Pennington. This is gonna be a 5-rounder. So, and we saw that even in a 3-round fight, Kayla Harrison, she looked exhausted in the 3rd round when she fought against Ketlin Vieira. So can Juliana Pena survive the onslaught at the beginning and get, I don't know, get a submission late? It can happen. Pena is tough. She got knocked out one time in the 2nd round. She got armbarred by Shevchenko. Interesting. It was a doctor stoppage. She wasn't really knocked out. Can Kayla Harrison get the finisher? Absolutely. She can submit her. She can knock her out by ground and pound. But I don't know, man. I think that weight cut is too much for her. She might gas late, and if the 2nd round and the 3rd round starts and she hasn't finished her, and Pena is still doing her thing, still trying to get takedowns or submission or hunting for submissions, because now she's exhausted, Harrison. I don't know. It might be a problem here for her. So this is a as they say, this is a stay away for me. But I will say it's Harrison early or Pena late. Next fight, we got Merab Dvalishvili and Sean O'Malley. This is the 2nd time these two fight. In the first fight, man, Dvalishvili he was on point, man. He was on point. He did what he had to do, took O'Malley down, and he dominated the entire fight. O'Malley's coming in again, and I think he's gonna look better. I think that O'Malley knows what Merab brings. He felt it. I think he's zoned in, and I think he's gonna catch Merab. I hate it because I want Merab. I like Merab. I want him to stay the champion, but I think Sean O'Malley is he's zoned in. And when he's zoned in, you see what he can bring. I think O'Malley gets the finish here. I think he can get a knockout here. He hurt Merab in their last fight. It was late. I think it was a tip kick to the liver or something. So, I'll pick O'Malley. Also with this, he's the underdog. He's you got the value on him. So I'm going to pick O'Malley. I'll say he gets the job done. Yeah, that's it, guys. If you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.